You had lots of questions, and we had answers for you. We heard from a landslide of you last night during our Answers Team phone bank about the Affordable Care Act. The health care overhaul was one of the major issues in this latest budget bout in Washington. Republicans wanted the act repealed for a number of reasons, but are their concerns valid? Pat Bailey is reporting live right now in the Capitol newsroom with more on that story. Pat?
Yeah, Dory, we showed you at 5 o'clock how, in the short term at least, the Affordable Health Care Act is not hurting businesses mandated to offer insurance to their workers. Now, one other popular argument from federal GOP lawmakers is the Affordable Health Care Act would drive up premiums for Americans. Now, I took that argument and ran it through a fact check and found out in many states that's actually a true statement. It is going to cost Americans more for health care. That was and still is a constant argument from opponents of so-called Obamacare. Now that the exchanges are out, let's see if that is a factual statement. According to the Heritage Foundation, who did a study of monthly single premium rates by state based on age, rates are up across the board. In fact, they show in 45 states healthcare rates are up from the youngest adults to families of 4. The study shows just 5 states, including New York, saw a decrease in premiums across the board when the exchanges were posted. The largest increase comes in Virginia, where premiums are up 250% for young adults and 50-year-olds. And for families, premiums in that state up 178%. Similar groups like Moody's also report exchange premiums in most states are higher than the current rates.
Stop that train wreck, that disaster, that nightmare that is Obamacare.
There is still time to see if the Affordable Health Care Act will be a train wreck, but in the short term, the claim premiums will go up is a fact for a majority of Americans. On his way back from Washington, D.C., Congressman Paul Tonko said he understands his colleagues had concerns over the new law, but said to shut down the government over it was wrong.
I think we played with danger, and we came painfully close to inspiring triggering a default, which would have really put this country's economy in a difficult state.
Now, as you saw, New York was one of 5 states where premiums did go down. Several studies show that they are down 28% in this state for people who are in their mid-20s and for people who are in their 50s. For families of 4, the average rate went down, the average premium went down about 7%. Dory?
Pat, small businesses, of course, play a big role in all this as well. And an argument we've seen a lot, heard a lot, is the fact that Obamacare would hurt small businesses here. What'd you find on that?
Well, part of the law states that businesses of 50 or more must provide insurance for their full-time workers, and they're considered full-time if they work 30 hours a week. Well, two studies show that companies that size are hiring. In fact, just last month, 92,000 people nationwide were hired in companies that employ between 50 or more than 50 employees, I should say. And another study showed that the people working less than 30 hours a week, that number did increase, the number of people working full-time, but it only increased 0.03%. So again, it's very early in this in the Affordable Health Care Act, but as of right now, it looks like that those businesses are not hurting at least as much as some people say they would.
All right, good fact checking for now. Thank you very much. Pat Bailey reporting live.